Hi, Gino Borges here, reporting from Austin, Nevada. And boy, is it cold here today. It's low 30 degrees, why I'm wearing this, have my beanie hat, have some gloves on. But boy, do I have a lot of ideas that just keep sprouting up. One of them is this idea of passing a threshold, and I always come back to passing a threshold. And threshold is that time and space on a personal journey where we either accept or reject the call for adventure. When we go from the known world to the unknown world. Joseph Campbell is very diligent and very articulate about addressing this idea of threshold. And my goal at the Wild Self is to understand how the threshold, how this concept of threshold plays a role in our modern life and how we can go beyond the threshold so we can continue our journeys. And one of the things I've been looking at is the thresholds that I face in my own personal development and the different contexts in which I have been helped out in terms of getting beyond thresholds. And one particular thing keeps popping up in my head over and over and over. So for instance, I do a lot of mountain biking. I live in Fairfax, California, which has wonderful mountain biking. And I've been riding this trail for like 2-3 years called Mount Tamarancho, which is a wonderful trail. And there's this one spot called the Rock Garden, which basically includes a lot of boulders that for the life of me, whenever I get close to it, all of a sudden I lock down and something goes on where I just can't go beyond it. I just can't get there by myself. So about 2 weeks ago, I was riding the trail, and behind me, I came up on the rock garden on that trail, and fortunately, the angel of sort came up from behind me, a gentleman that was riding by himself, and I just went to the side to give him the way, and I just watched him go right up the rock garden. He didn't fret about it at all. And then I was like, wow. I go, that was it. I just needed to see somebody else do it. I needed to have a context to watch somebody else go beyond. And sure enough, after he went through the rock garden, without sweating, without falling down, just like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, I got on my bike and I did it. First time in 3 years. Just because I saw somebody do it, it's a psychic threshold. People talk about the 4-minute mile. When somebody broke the 4-minute mile, all of a sudden numerous people were breaking the 4-minute mile. All of a sudden there becomes a psychic type of threshold. Most of our thresholds are psychic. In this context, it was psychic. Physically, I was able to get through the rock garden. It wasn't a question of physical capacity. It was a psychic orientation. It was a psychic threshold. And then when I went back and looked at it, I go, there's been many contexts in my life, whether it was learning how to play music, whether it was learning how to speak publicly, whether it was business development. Each one of those instances where I've been able to make some serious growth in my own life or experience serious growth in my own life, I realized that it's because somebody else went before me and showed me the form. And then what I do is I just follow the form. Let the ego get out of the way, just follow the form for a moment. Once you understand the form that it takes to get through the threshold, then you can make it your own. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is that whenever you have these psychic thresholds, surround yourself with somebody that actually knows how to get through those particular thresholds, and just watch them and witness it, and then say, I can do that. I can do that. That's the faith, and that's the role of the other. And that's why it's sort of beautiful to live and surround yourself with people, adventurous people, who are diligent about growth and development, and who are showing you these different paths to expose you to your own capacity. We have so much capacity. It's just a matter of jiggling the pieces around, the psychic pieces around, to actually experience it. All right, thank you everybody. Have a good day.